Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make pineapple coleslaw. We're going to give a coleslaw a punch of Hawaiian flavor. It's still summertime out there, so I know y'all still want some cool, refreshing new dishes to make. This one I am pairing with a cola barbecue chicken that I have in the crock pot back here. Now if you haven't seen that one yet, I will link it down below in the description box. We also are going to make a dreamy, creamy dressing that's also going to have kind of a Hawaiian punch to it. That'll just, oh, it's going to be so good. Y'all ready? Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're going to start off with some veggies that we all like in a coleslaw. And the first thing we've got is a head of cabbage that I've taken off the outer layers and just washed off. I'm just going to cut off some of the sides. We're going to keep this to about 3 cups of shredded cabbage. So I'm just going to kind of cut around it. There we go. And probably one more. Don't worry, I'll use that. I like to put cabbage in salads. We can saute that down with some potatoes and bacon. There's lots of ways that you can finish that off. Or if you want to make just a huge coleslaw, then you can use all of it. I'm going to take my sharp knife and I'm just going to go very thin and then just slice it. Just make sure you keep your fingers in. I'm not using a red cabbage today, but boy, that would really be good in here because it would just add some color. Yeah, whatever you have. Now I feed 5 people in this house at any given point in time. Now if it's meat, my mother doesn't eat it since she's vegetarian, but she will eat the coleslaw here. So that'll be like 5 people eating coleslaw. And I always love leftovers in the refrigerator. This is how fast you can shred your cabbage. So you don't need to bring out a food processor. Just cut very thin, pull your fingers in. That way you don't cut those. And then just keep turning your cabbage. The dressing will really help softening up the cabbage, so don't worry about that. I'm almost feeling like this is enough right here. Now I had one more, but I don't know. I think this right here is plenty, so I'm going to go ahead and put this all into a bowl. Oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah. I'm probably going to shred this up. I said I wasn't going to use it, but you know what? It just needed to be used. There we go. I've got some green onions that I'm going to use. Now I've already washed these off and I'm just going to cut off the tops. I'm going to cut off the ends. And I'm going to start down here at the green end and thinly slice them. If you want to put red onion in there or a yellow onion in there, you can do that also. Cut up the whites just a little bit. All right, we're going to add that to our cabbage. Green onions smell good. Yep. All right, we're just going to use 1 carrot. I'm going to peel it. I'm going to cut off the end. I'm just going to take a box grater and use the biggest side. And I'm going to shred the carrot. Give it a nice freshness, some color to the salad. Let's see what we got. Let's add that to our salad. Okay, Okay, to give it that Hawaiian flair, we're going to be adding pineapple. So I have 1 can, 20 ounces of pineapple chunks. What we want to do is drain these so that we can get the pineapple chunks into our salad here. Don't drink the juice. We need it for the dressing later on. So hang on to that juice. So I'm just going to pour these into a strainer. That way we can hold on to that juice. Just going to take a fork and just kind of push on the pineapple. Get any of the excess juice out. Now if you have pineapple rings, that's fine. You can just cut them up into pieces. If you have the tidbits, you can use the tidbits. They're smaller, you can do that. Okay, now we're going to add it into our salad. So don't drink that juice. You can drink what's left after we're finished with the dressing. Oh, doesn't that look pretty? All right, I'm going to take some tongs, mix this all together. Okay, we're going to set this aside and we're going to make that creamy pineapple dressing. So here are the ingredients that we're going to be needing to make our dressing. You got the pineapple juice, we've got mayonnaise, sour cream, apple cider vinegar, brown sugar, salt, and pepper. So we're going to start by adding 1/3 cup of mayonnaise just to a small bowl. 1/4 cup of sour cream. 3 tablespoons apple cider vinegar. 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. We've got that pineapple juice. We're going to add 3 tablespoons. One teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon black pepper. We're going to whisk this all together. Oh, it looks so good in there. Smell. Yeah. Make sure you give it a taste. That's good. All right. Let's go ahead and combine this into our coleslaw. All right, we're going to mix this well until combined. Okay, what do you think of my pineapple coleslaw? Hawaiian style. Now you want to make this ahead of time so that way you can put it in the refrigerator covered. Let all those flavors just meld together, soak into that cabbage and the carrots, the onion. Yeah, I got a little bite right here before I put that in the refrigerator, so I can let y'all know what I think. I got a piece of pineapple on there too. That's cool. It's refreshing. Very creamy. I love that dressing. It's so good. All right, y'all let me know what you think of my pineapple coleslaw, Hawaiian style. That's what I'm calling it. Today I'm going to show you how to make no-boil potato salad. We're taking all the work out of those potatoes. No peeling, no boiling them, having them be hot. We're going to take them straight out of the can and cut these up and make potato salad. I'm going to be using one of my favorite recipes for potato salad. It's found in my first cookbook. Now this recipe does show it being boiled, the potatoes, but the only difference is we're going to be using canned potatoes. Y'all come on over, grab a can of potatoes, and let's put this one together. If you need a fast potato salad for a barbecue outside or just a fast put together for a potluck or picnic, anything like that, y'all. They won't know. All right, so I'm using 2 cans. They're 15 ounces of whole potatoes. We're just making a small batch today, but you can double this recipe if you want. That's what they look like in there. Now, you can see the expiration date, 12/20/25. These cans last a long time in your pantry. So you can stock up on these, get them when they're on sale, and just have them on hand. We're gonna drain these and then we're gonna rinse these off. We don't have to cook these, you don't have to heat them up, just like they are. There's a lot of potatoes in here. Just gonna rinse them off. Shrink up my strainer here. Let's go dry these off. All right, I'm just gonna place my cutting board right here. Just gonna place some paper towels right there. All right, we're gonna bring over the potatoes. All right, we're gonna take our potatoes and we are just gonna cut those into big bite-sized pieces like you would a potato salad. So with these potatoes, I'm just gonna cut them in 4s. So just in lengthwise, and they may just break apart like that. Totally fine. There we go. That way they hold up better in the bowl as we're mixing other ingredients in. Lengthwise, and then just cut those in half. You know, it's spring and Mother's Day is coming up. You've got all kinds of summer picnics and barbecues. This is a perfect way to make potato salad and do it quickly. Now, if they're a longer potato, you can just cut them lengthwise and then just cut it 3 times. Just like that. We gotta give one a try. You know, those are good. All right, I'm gonna finish chopping these up and then I'm gonna bring you back. All right, we're gonna start adding this to our large bowl. We're gonna dice up half an onion. The rest of the recipe is gonna be coming from my first cookbook. And it's on page 62 if you have the book and you want to follow along once we get past the potato part of this recipe. I do have volume 2 and a volume 3 cookbook also. You can find all of the cookbook links down below in the description box, or you can go to my recipe blog at catherinesplates.com and go to the cookbook tab and find the links there. And as y'all may or may not know, I do have a dessert cookbook coming out this fall. Hopefully by the end of like August or so is what I'm hoping for. All right, I'm going to be doing about 1/3 of this large onion here. Just take off that outer layer. And what I like to do to keep everything nice and even, just follow the lines of the onion as you're slicing them. I want the onions to be very tiny, not big chunks at all. Then just turn it 1/4 of the way. Run your knife through, very small. And then you get those small dices right there. Once we get this all diced up, I'm going to add it to the potatoes. We need to give this potato salad some color because right now it's just white and bland. So I'm going to give it some color, some additional crunch to it. So I've got 2 ribs of celery that I've washed off and trimmed off the ends. And then we've got these sweet peppers that'll give it some color too. And we'll just chop those up also. So just take your celery and we're going to cut it lengthwise into about 3 pieces. All the way down to the end. And you can cut these any way you want for your salad. I generally like to keep it very small. If you want to go 4, you could go 4 slices all the way down. And then just go through them. Very small dices. This is in my recipe. The sweet peppers are not, because it's an old-fashioned recipe that I got from my mom. She made this all the time. Through the years, you can adjust the recipes, and that happens as to what you like and don't like. And then you find additional things that you want to add to your salads. So I've got my sweet peppers here. I'm just going to take off the tops, fold it down, cut off any seeds that you don't want or membranes, and just pull those off, just like that. We're just going to slice those. We're going to make our potato salad very pretty. Make somebody want to eat it, right? Just like that. If you're going to add a pop of color to your potato salad, what do you use? Let's go ahead and add this, all the colors. Okay, we're on track. What we need to do now is get a pickle and dice that up, and some hard-boiled eggs. All right, who loves eggs and potato salad? Me. So I'm just cutting these, again, like a bite-sized piece. And I'm going to place these into our potato salad. Looking good in there? Yeah. All right, let's grab some pickles. Let's see what my recipe says, half a dill pickle. All right, just going to slice it lengthwise, dice it up. Dice it up really good. Let's see. I think I may do one more pickle. You know, it's almost a preference. You put as much or as little as you want. I'll just give you kind of the basics and the rundown of what I like, and then y'all can go from there. Let's add that. All right, let's see what else we need. Just our dressing. So let's go ahead and get that together. It's very simple. We're going to add in 1/3 cup of mayonnaise. We can adjust that as we go along here. I'm just going to add it right into the bowl here. And then for salt and pepper, we're going to add to taste. So I'm going to go across and go across. Maybe 1/4 teaspoon. And then we'll put in some black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon. And then what I'm going to do, since I'm using regular mayonnaise, I am not using Miracle Whip. So I'm going to add a little bit of pickle juice in here. I mean a little bit, like that. Probably a tablespoon. All right, get a wooden spoon. We're going to fold this all together. See if we need to add any more mayonnaise. Make sure everything is nice and coated. Pull from down below. Oh, it's looking good. Because you don't want it too wet. So start small with 1/3 cup, and if you feel like you need to add more, then add more. It's all a preference. Oh, it looks good, doesn't it? Look at that. I'm going to put this in a serving bowl, and then we're going to finish it up. Now, while you have it in your mixing bowl, you can give it a taste and see if you need to adjust a salt or pepper, pickle juice, whatever you want at that point. All right, we have it all mixed up and in a serving bowl. I'm going to decorate that up with some hard-boiled eggs on the top. Just a little decoration right on the top there. And then we're going to take some paprika. Now, I love the smoked paprika because it just gives it a little smokiness, but you can use the regular, whatever. And just kind of sprinkle it across the top, just like that. There we go. There is my no-boil potato salad using potatoes from a can. Let me grab a fork, give this a try for you. All right, there we go. Y'all, they will never know. If you don't tell them, they'll never know it came out of a can. I love the crunch from the celery, the peppers, the onion. There we go. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine if you chilled this in the refrigerator for a couple of hours? All those flavors just come all together, but tastes good just as it is. If you need something quick for a barbecue or a potluck, there you go right here. Skip that boiling stage of the potatoes. No scrubbing potatoes, no peeling potatoes. There you go. All right, here's my 3 cookbooks, volume 1, which had the recipe, but it was boiling potatoes, but it's the same recipe other than that. And then volume 2 and volume 3. Today I'm going to show you how to make the ultimate baked beans. We're going to be using canned original baked beans, and then we're going to jazz these up with some delicious ingredients. This will be perfect for backyard barbecues, picnics, get-togethers, potlucks. Bring a batch of these and they're going to go so quick, you're going to have to make more. Y'all ready? Come on down and let's make the ultimate baked beans. First thing we're going to do is cook up some bacon. Now I'm just using center cut original bacon. I'm just going to lay it on a sheet pan lined with some parchment paper. Now when I make bacon in the oven, I love to make extra bacon to have on hand. For this recipe, you will need about 4 to 6 pieces. Now, if you like to pan fry your bacon, you can do that also. I'm just making sure the bacon is completely cooked before we put it into our recipe. All right, so I have about 6 pieces left in the packet, and we'll save that for breakfast one morning. Got my oven preheated at 425 degrees. I'm going to pop this in there for about 15 to 18 minutes until we get to that desired crisp texture and also golden brown color. I'll be back. I am going to be using a cast iron skillet for this recipe. Now this is about a 12-inch size skillet. Now you can use a 9x13 baking dish if you would like for this recipe, as long as whatever you're using is oven proof, because that's where these beans are going to be going. Right. I'm going to open up 2 cans of baked beans, original flavor, and then we're going to add those to the cast iron skillet. Now these cans are 28 ounces each. We're just going to use a spatula to get them all out. All right, we got to give a lot of flavor. 1/4 cup of ketchup. 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard. 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, half a teaspoon of black pepper and half a teaspoon of salt, 1/8 of a cup of molasses. Ooh, that's really going to give it some nice flavor. I've got a red onion. Now I'm just going to use half of it. I've already taken the ends off and peeled off that outer layer. I'm just going to cut along the lines. Then we'll just turn it around and cut through our slices. Let's add that to the skillet. All right, we're going to chop up our bacon. Now, I'm using all 8 pieces that I cooked. Surprise, surprise, right?
You mean the 7 you cooked?
The 7. That's okay, you guys. You know I already had half a piece. We couldn't wait. All right, we're going to cut these into bite-sized pieces. You want to be able to see that bacon in this dish. Oh, doesn't that look good? All right, we're going to add this to our beans. Take a big wooden spoon and we're going to blend this all together until everything's nice and coated and mixed up. Y'all, what's great about these baked beans?
They going in my belly.
They can go in the refrigerator, be nice and cool. That's good for a picnic too. You don't have to heat them up. You can have them cold like potato salad, macaroni salad, and if y'all are looking for recipes for that, go check down below in my description box. I'll have the link to my recipe blog, catherinesplates.com, or you can just stay here on YouTube and search for Catherine's Plates, potato salad, pasta salad, coleslaw, and other sides perfect for the summer, spring, barbecues, picnics, potlucks, whatever you need baked beans for.
Campfire.
Yes, put this right over a campfire.
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right, I'm going to grab a spoon and give these a try. All right, we're going to give this a try. That way we can see if our flavors are where we want them before they go into the oven and get all married together. Delicious. All right. I'm going to pop this into my oven. It's been preheated at 350 degrees. It's going to go in for 1 hour. We need to marry all those flavors together. I'll be back. Let me show you the finished product. Okay, these came out of the oven after an hour. I let them rest for just a little bit. I'm going to give these a try for you. You can jazz these up with some green onions that I've sliced up. All right, I'm going to go in for you. I mean, they smell delicious. I'm going to put them in a little bowl here. Give those a try for you. That's delicious. They just melt in your mouth. They absorb all those flavors. That's delicious. I hope you like this recipe. I mean, it's perfect with spring and summer coming, barbecues, get-togethers, potlucks, picnics. Heck, just make them for your own refrigerator and pull out when you want some. Mexican street corn on the cob. Okay, so we're going to take these delicious fresh corn on the cobs, and we're going to give it an amazing Mexican flavor, a creamy sauce that's going to be slathered over it, and then we're going to give it crumbled cheese. We'll talk about that, and then top it off with some extra goodness that'll make it Mexican style. You guys ready? All right, let's go ahead and put this one together. Now there's several ways that you can cook your corn before we turn it into the street corn. You can put it on your barbecue grill. Now I have to tell you that when I said that to my husband, he's like, what? It's like almost 100 degrees outside and he's not going to go out there and start the grill for some corn. So I'm going to show you the way that I'm going to prepare it. But you can also bake your corn. You can wrap it up in some foil after you've seasoned your corn and given it a little bit of butter for some flavor. So you can do that, or you can do it my way. I had to pull him out of the refrigerator. He was sitting there looking for a big, fat, juicy steak to put on that grill. So that's why we're not grilling. He couldn't find the steak. Okay, so I'm just going to be using a large, deep skillet, or you can use a large pot. Just fill it up with some water. So we're just going to place the burner on a high heat. We're going to salt the water, about half a tablespoon. It'll flavor the corn. Now while we're waiting for that to come to a boil, let's talk about the corn. Now I like to take a skewer and push it through the bottom end of the corn and cut off up to 2 inches of the stick. That way you can kind of hold it, and when we're slathering it, we have something to hold on to while we're doing that, or you can eat it like that. Now that's an optional step. So you'll just take a skewer. I'm not really worried about soaking these because we're just boiling it. So if you were to put it on the grill with the skewer, you would want to soak this first in water for about 30 minutes to get it nice and wet so it doesn't catch on fire. So we're going to stand up our corn on the tip, and then just take our skewer. It's got the point on the end right here. Just place it on top and then just push it in. As far down as you can get it. You want to go about halfway. You don't have to go too far into it because we're going to cut off up to 2 inches of the stick. About right there. You want it to fit into your pot. There we go. Okay, once your water starts coming to a boil, we're going to start adding the corn. Now you want to add it very carefully, that way you don't slosh yourself. And if it appears that you have too much water, you can pull some of that water out. I'm going to place the lid on. I'm going to boil this for about 5 to 7 minutes until you get to the desired texture of the corn. Usually if around 5, it's crunchier, and about 7 or 8 minutes, you get a softer corn. Okay, I've turned off the heat. We're going to remove the lid, and then what I'm going to do is take each corn on the cob. Oh, look at how yellow that is. Oh. I'm just going to put it on a kitchen towel and just kind of roll it around, and then we're going to place it on a plate. We're just going to get some of that excess water off, dry them up a little bit. We don't want that nice creamy sauce to fall off of these. There we go. All right, we're going to set these off to the side. We're going to go ahead now and start making that delicious Mexican flavored creamy sauce that we're going to slather onto those corn cobs. So just in a medium bowl, we're going to add half a cup of mayonnaise. Now I'm not guessing with this. I have my measuring spoon in the bowl there. All right, to that we're going to add a 1/4 cup of sour cream. Yeah, these are great tools. You can go in and measure something. They got a long handle, and these measure in cups. So 1/2 cup, 1/4 cup, 1/8 of a cup, and then you have 1/3 of a cup, and also the 1 cup. So that's always good. I was looking for my, oh, there it is, my spoon. All right. We're going to sprinkle in some chili powder, about 1/4 teaspoon. Now I'm going to sprinkle in some garlic salt. I like this because it has the salt and the garlic blend in it. So we're going to sprinkle that across. Now if you don't have that, you can just put in 1/4 teaspoon of salt and some garlic powder. And yeah, that garlic is going to come out on these corns. We're going to put in 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. We're going to take a lime. Let me roll it a little bit, release some of the juices in it. All right, so I'm just going to cut it on my cutting board. We're going to squeeze about 1/2 of the lime in there. It's going to give some really good flavor. There we go. All right, we're going to mix this all together. Ooh, that looks good. It looks good. Let's give it a taste and see if it tastes good. Oh, that's good. I think it needs a little bit more chili powder. What's great about this is you can make it as spicy or not as spicy as you want. And then we've got a sauce. All right, grab you a pastry brush, an ear of corn. We're going to put it tip down into the sauce. And take your brush, and then we're going to coat the corn till we can't see the corn. A nice thin layer. Now you don't want to clump it on there, but we do want to cover the corn. So work your way around. That's what's great about that skewer inside here. You can keep turning your corn. All right, pick it up, get all the excess off, and then we're going to place it on our plate. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle some smoked paprika across the corn. My husband thinks there's tonga drums going on in here. Okay, now we're going to go in with that freshly grated queso fresco cheese. Now there's several options. You can use that cheese, you can use the cotija cheese, you can use Parmesan cheese, and also you can use a feta cheese if you want to use that. So it's all on your taste. We love this cheese right here, queso fresco. All right, it's going across the top. It's definitely starting to look like summer on a plate. I'm just going to put a pop of cilantro across it. Okay, everyone, what do y'all think of my Mexican street corn on the cob? Which one's yours? I'm ready to take a bite. Mmm. That was good. Make sure you bring some napkins with this one. That corn is so fresh. It still had some bite to it, which was really delicious. And that mayonnaise sour cream sauce with those Mexican flavors, That is delicious. My favorite part is that queso cheese on there. So delicious. Okay, you guys, make you some. It's really easy. Go grab you some fresh corn. Heck, pull it out of your freezer, boil you some corn up, make you some of this. Need another recipe for a cool summer broccoli and cauliflower salad. I mean, it's got a yummy, delicious dressing. Look at that creaminess. Let's make this. To start with our recipe, we're going to chop up 1 head of cauliflower and 2 heads of broccoli. I'm going to rinse these off first, and then we want to get these into bite-sized pieces. Now this recipe is going to call for some bacon, so I'm going to place it on a sheet pan and we're going to bake it in the oven at 425 degrees for 15 to 18 minutes until we get that desired crispness. I'm going to cook about 8 to 10 pieces just because I like to have extra bacon. I like to steam my cauliflower and my broccoli. That way there's some softness to it, but I don't want to over steam the vegetables. So you can pop these in a steamable bag and place them in the microwave. I'm going to be using just a medium-sized pot today. And I have this little basket right here, which will help steam the vegetables. So I'm going to take my cauliflower that I've already washed. Just take off the core. And then I'm going to cut this into bite-sized pieces. That way it's manageable for people when they eat your salad. Now, if you don't like cauliflower, you can certainly use this recipe and do it all broccoli. Just double up on your broccoli. All right, this is the steam basket that I'm using. So I'm just going to place my cauliflower in it. We're going to bring our steamer basket over and then place it in. Put the burner onto a high heat. We're going to let this come to a boil. Then we're going to lower the heat and steam it for just 4 minutes. Okay, we're going to start cutting the broccoli just like we did the cauliflower. Now I've already washed it and we want to cut these into little florets that are bite-sized. Now, this recipe came out of my Catherine's Plates Cookbook Volume 1, and it was on page 65. I love this cookbook because it has a lot of my classic recipes in it. It's one of my favorites. Now, you can find the link for this cookbook down below in the description box, or you can also find it in catherinesplates.com under the cookbook tab. I also have a cookbook 2 and also cookbook 3, which will be out hopefully in the next 2 weeks. Now once you start seeing this start steaming, you can go ahead and put a lid on it, lower the heat a little bit, and let it steam for about 4 minutes or until you get to the desired tenderness that you want on your cauliflower. All right, let's go ahead and get these started. That way when that's done, we can pull these out and then we can steam these. Okay, that's about the size we're looking for. Ooh, it's summer. Bring out these salads. I got a lot of salad recipes. I love making different salads. Okay, so I'm bringing a bowl over here, nice serving bowl. What I'm going to do is just put some paper towels in the bottom of it because we're just going to let these drain. Okay, they're nice and tender, almost al dente. We're going to go ahead and take these out, place them into our bowl with the paper towels. And then we're going to add the broccoli right in. We're going to go ahead and add our broccoli to the steaming water. Place the lid on about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, I've taken the paper towels out because these are nice and dried. What I'm going to do is place another batch of paper towels right on the inside of that. That way when we put the broccoli in, the paper towels will collect the water. Just pat them dry a little bit. What we're going to do now is add some delicious flavors to our broccoli and cauliflower. I'm going to take a red onion. We're going to dice this up. Probably going to do about half of it. Depends on how big your onion is. Just take off the ends. Take off that outer layer. It's a pretty color. It'll look really good in this salad. Absolutely love this salad. We're going to cut it in half. Save one half for another dish. We're going to lay this one down. We're going to cut it into slices, 3/4 of the way through the onion. Stand it on its end. Drag your knife through, 3/4 of the way through. One, and one more time. We're going to lay it down. Drag your knife through it. And you got perfect dices. We're going to add this to the salad. Okay, I was seeing how much bacon I needed. Probably about what I have here. So you want about 6 to 8 pieces. It's already crisped up. What we're going to do is just cut it into bite-sized pieces. I hope some of it makes it into the bowl. Oh my goodness. Now, instead of bacon cooked like this, you can get it from your store in the condiment aisle, and it's already cooked for you. It's crumbled, or you can get it in pieces if you want to do that so you don't have to heat up your oven. But oh my goodness, why? When you can do it like this. Let's go ahead and add this to our salad. Okay, we're going to put some cheese into our salad. We're going to shred 1 cup of cheese. I'm going to do it fresh. Oh, it'll taste so much better fresh. All right, let's go ahead and add that to our other ingredients. Okay, we're going to mix this all together. All right, when we get this all mixed together, we're going to make that delicious 4-ingredient dressing that's going to pull this all together. In a small bowl, we're going to place 3/4 cup of mayonnaise, 1 cup sour cream. We're going to add 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar. Half a teaspoon of salt. And take a small whisk or a fork, and we're going to blend this all together. All right, let's give this a try. All right, let's go ahead and dress our salad. Oh, look how creamy that looks. It's just a 4-ingredient. All right, I'm going to go get a spatula and get the rest of that out of there. We're going to take some tongs and blend this all together. You know where I'm going with this, huh? Delicious. That's it. I'm gonna grab a fork and we're gonna dive in. All right, here's my bite. Mmm. That is delicious. For the summertime, it's nice and cool and refreshing. Put it in your refrigerator and let all those flavors meld together. It's perfect for picnics, potlucks, church get-togethers, or heck, just have it in your own refrigerator to pull out some when you're ready for it. It's in my cookbook, Volume 1. Don't forget to look for that in the description box. Y'all give me a thumbs up. Comment down below what you think, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and always hit that bell notification because that will let you know when my shows like this one here are posted. If you're looking for more salad recipes, I'll link it down below in the description box under a playlist. All right, I'll see y'all on the next episode.